All right. Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. I should have gotten some water. I don't have any water. Okay. Let me go get some water. I'm going to get some water. All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I don't know whether this is the right name for this program with an E, show, whatever we're going to call it. I call it Nightride or Extra. What kind of name is that? It might be illegal to use. It might be Knight Rider is like the name of the American TV show, Knight Rider. I mean, it may not be legal. Maybe I got a letter. I mean, I can't be demonetized, but maybe they'll send me a nasty letter. I don't like when a nasty letter gets sent to me. I do not like that. I do not like a nasty letter getting sent to me. Okay, everybody. Can we start tonight? Is it spelled differently, Kermit? Can we just start the show by, you can do me a favor by pressing the like thing and possibly subscribing. You can subscribe too. Okay. So, welcome to the stream, Knight Rider. I mean, it's a bit of a name. Maybe I should call it Knight Rider Plus. I used to work for a publication called Footwear Plus. I mean, stupid name. Plus what? It's just so stupid. And not that I was very good at what I did. I had a really bad attitude. You can tell what kind of bad attitude I have right now. Do I not have a bad attitude? I have a really bad attitude. And so we could discuss my attitude, which is the reason why I'm an absolute failure. There's a reason. But I do appreciate you people listening. I do appreciate you people coming in. We've got 20 people watching right now, which is brilliant. Okay? For our third show. I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this. Okay? I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this because only went down the wrong way. Hold on a second. Not that drinking actually helps. Because, it's simple. It's actually bad design. The idea that food is going down the same pipe that you're breathing out of is the reason why people choke. Anyway, so I don't know how long we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this, and I don't want to cough because coughing causes irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes death. Okay, we don't want to cough. If you've got a cold and you're coughing and you're thinking, I'm going to cough it up, I'll cough it up and it'll be fine. It's not fine. Do not cough. Don't scratch. It's like scratching. You've got an itch and you scratch it. You think to yourself, this is going to cure it. It doesn't cure it. That's what coughing is. It's like an internal scratch. Did you read the thing from Dr. Sam Bailey? We can talk about the Dr. Sam Bailey thing because I love this woman. She was talking about this whole paracetamol thing in America. It's not called paracetamol. It's called Tylenol. And they're saying might be related to autism. Anything that's related is bull. Could be bull. Related. That's not causal. Related is, I call it CARL. Correlation, association, relationship, link. We can talk about that. We can talk about CARL, which I think is really good because it's really made my mind clear about this kind of subject. We could talk about that. And we could talk about what's interesting to you guys. We're going to find out what that is. So the reason why I'm not going to be able to do this much longer, I don't think, If my son's going to come back, the other son, the producer's son, is going to come back, and he wants to sit in his chair right over there. Coughing isn't as bad as drowning your lungs, Lewis. How does coughing prevent you from drowning your lungs? How does it prevent you? How does it prevent that? Does it do that? Do you spit up the stuff? No. You just leave it alone. Tim Dillon says he was fired from Riyadh Comedy Festival over slavery jokes, says Shanks. We could talk about that too. I think we discussed that the other day. I don't even know if we did. Anyway. No, I believe that irritation causes inflammation, which causes death. It's just so simple. Every time you don't want to cause any inflammation. The reason why we're dying is because we're eating stuff we should not be eating. We're smoking stuff we should not be smoking. We're taking pills we should not be taking. We've got plastics all around us, and it's causing irritation, and irritation causes inflammation, and inflammation causes death. And the thing that causes that is glucose and glutamine. I don't know about glutamine, but I'm pretty sure about glucose. I've heard it's glutamine. I haven't done the research myself, but if you don't cough it up, why does stuff going down the wrong way produce a coughing reflex? Yes, you should cough, but continuous coughing long after you realize it ain't coming up that way, and it's just a little speck that's maybe right at the the nexus of the left tube and the right tube. It's right there, and it's causing a bit of irritation. That's when you should stop. If it can come up, maybe. I don't know. That's a different kind of cough, Joodles. That's a joke. I don't know what the joke is, but I'm going to laugh. I'm going to pretend that I understand it. MC Scott. Anyway, smoking is the worst thing for your throat. Yeah, it is. It causes irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes death. Yes, it does. Your diaphragm covers both. Your diaphragm is underneath, isn't it? Not underneath. I'm a doctor. You read my profile as a doctor. The vape makes me cough. It can't be good for me. Darklands is a girl. Dark, we learned that today, did we not, Darklands? Yeah, it's an irritation. It causes irritation, so it cannot be good for you. I mean, it's so simple. My philosophy is so simple. So let's go with you tell me what your philosophy is. You could say smoking. There are people who smoke and they don't get cancer. Why don't they get cancer? Not everybody who smokes gets cancer. Why don't they get cancer? Because they're not on a high carb diet, which promotes cancer growth in the mitochondria. Number one, and number two, I don't know, but there's probably another reason as well. So we've got people here. We've got 20 or more viewers. We got Shanks and Beautiful Joodles and FM Ghost, acid reflux. Well, why does acid reflux? Why is that so dangerous? Why is it dangerous? Because the acid's, whatever, it's coming out of your stomach, and it causes irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes death. First of all, what is the major cause of acid reflux? Carbohydrates. Well, I'll look at it here. I'll look at it right here. Acid reflux, carbohydrates. Let's see what it says. Carbohydrates can influence acid reflux, according to AI in Google, with studies linking Carl, C-A-R-L, linking high carbohydrates and high sugar diets to increase reflux symptoms. Highly fermentable carbohydrates, such as those found in onions and garlic, can relax the barrier muscle of the esophagus, causing more reflux episodes. So I just said that, and I am right. I am right. I hope I'm right. I'm a bit tired right now. I'm not as tired as I was before the earlier show we did. Did you see that? Well, most of you guys were here. My vape makes me cough. It can't be good for you. That's what Darkland says. Coughing from food going the wrong way is like essential. Yes, it is. But having a tiny little speck is not going to kill you. Perhaps. I'm not even saying that. I don't even know what I'm saying. What am I saying, Joodles? Tell me what I'm saying. So the Jedster is here. Let's go up here and see from the beginning part of this thing. The Jedster. 6 badges. Bonsoir from Southwest France. southwest. So where are you? Where are you in France? That sounds so romantic. France used to sound amazing when France was France. There's parts of France that are probably still France, just like there's parts of England and Britain and Scotland, whatever, which are still part of England and Scotland. I mean, not for long. Not for long. Anyway, that's 6 badges. I don't need those thinking badges. Huge pro-Hamas protest in New York right now. It's insane. People saying Muhammad was trans. What the hell is going on in NYC? What the hell's going on over here in this country? People hate the Jews, and you think that's going to end? I don't think it's going to end. People do hate the Jews, and they hate this country and America too. These are people. The communists hate this country because they're fighting for a globalist world, and the globalists are. How many times do I have to explain this? The globalists are using the Muslims to scare the nationalists, of which I hope we're not all nationalists here, but a lot of us maybe are. I am. I'm a nationalist. I can't believe I admit to saying that, but I'm a nationalist. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening in the world. Blackadder is here. They do influence reflex episodes, but I do not think it is the defining factor causing reflex. I know you don't think that, Blackadder, but I think it is. I think it is. I think you'd be a lot healthier without it, without eating carbs. Lucy, I love Lucy. Lucy, see Ricky Gervais' post. I DM'd you, Louis. Oh, I didn't see that. Can I see what he said? I hope he's not anti-Israel. I hope he's not anti-Israel. Is he anti-Israel? I hope he's not anti-Israel. Ricky Gervais. Is he being anti-Israel, Lucy? Please, let's not make him anti-Israel. Let's not make him anti-Israel. Messages. Here we go. Messages. Lucy. Isn't he a vegan? Tennis, weights, running. My resting heart rate is really good. I train at a quite high rate, too. So my question is, why am I still... Hold on a second. What is going on here? Trying to get this thing here. Why am I mean, you look at him. His range. What does his range mean? It goes from 51 to 166. How is that really good? Mine never goes that high. Let's see what he says here. Ricky Gervais. But I really do. And you want to know something, Lucy? I really appreciate you sending me a message like this because these are the kind of things that I like. Okay? And I train at a really high rate too. My question is, why am I still effing fat and exhausted? Because you're a vegan and you're eating a high carb diet. You got an expensive watch and everything. But, it goes up. It goes down low. He's got a low heart rate. What's his blood pressure? You got to find out those two things. He's a vegan. Isn't he a vegan? He is a vegan, Lucy. Okay. I really appreciate being asked that question. Ricky, we could talk about Ricky Gervais. Did you see that what Rob Jenrick said? What did Rob Jenrick say, FM Ghost? I did not see that. Should I check that out too? I'll go over here. I'm going to look and see what Rob Jenrick said. Rob Jenrick said. He said... I was accused of fueling toxic nationalism. Well, that's good. Somebody needs to fight for this country. Am I right? I said this the other day. Somebody needs to fight. Somebody needs to stand up and take a chance at this thing. Basically, coughing is really bad. It doesn't help as much as you think it does. So that's what Rob Jenrick says. Kerry Mack is here. Hello, peeps. She's calling from. I guess she's up there in Northern Ireland. They do influence reflex episodes, Ada says, but I do not. Okay, I answered you there, and you can come back and say, no, I read this. Here he says he's coming back. Blackadder said they do influence reflex. Oh no, you have it here. No. Wouldn't surprise me if he is, but I do respect him for being genuine despite his lefty tendencies. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Ricky Gervais, who I think is really, really funny? He's a vegan. He's like Mr. Animals or everything. Mr. Animals. Who was telling me about this, that they saw I heard this, that they saw a a seagull killing and eating alive what's the bird? What's the bird called? You know, the common bird. Oh my God, a pigeon. A pigeon. And she saw this happen, and it was horrible. And that's what would happen to. That's what happened to all animals. Do you think they die a nice death? They put in a room and nobody bothers them? No, they break their leg, and they're sitting there and they're basically eaten alive. Am I wrong about this? Okay, top heart rate should be no more than 2.5 times your age. Well, he's 60. He's 60, so that's not super high. 2.5 times 60 is 120, is 150. So he's close to that. Kemi Badenoch spelled Brooklyn wrongly on the merch they're giving away at the conference. Well, is spelt, we would say that, Carabet, that's an incorrect spelling. We would say spelled in America. So maybe she's got a different way of spelling it. Yeah. Who is Kemi Badenoch? She's not going to be there for long. People don't like her. Not that they don't dislike her, but she's not the savior of the party. 65% of the people want to have a deal with reform. 48% or something want to join. Am I wrong about this? Maybe I'm not wrong. Yeah, you're talking about Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's an all right guy. But why is he fat and out of shape? Because he's a vegan. He's not eating enough red meat. He's eating a high-carb diet. And that's what veganism is. It's plant-based. And plants are what hold carbs. What is a carb? A carb is our sugars. Our sugars. Spelt is correct, Lewis, says Judels. We won the language war with a laughing face. Because you didn't. You lost the language war. You lost it. Nothing personal. I'm sorry. We beat you. Yeah. So Paul Cox, they want Paul Cox on the show. They don't ask me to be on it. They don't want me to be on it. Would I put myself on it? I thought I would. People seem to like me a lot, but maybe they need to play their cards right. Maybe they get, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, FM Ghost. I'm sorry. And I didn't bum him. No. I passed the Tory conference in Manchester today and saw David Davies being interviewed, and Madeline, what's her name, from GB News and the Telegraph. She's really tall. I reckon just under 6 feet, says Jedster. Well, you know what? Tall people is tall person preference. You want to get ahead in this life, you got to be tall. There's nothing, it's like if you want to get ahead, you got to be pretty. You got to be pretty and tall. Lewis doesn't like spelt because it's a carb. There you go. Lucy, really, really funny. Lucy is really, really funny. Miriam Cates, Jeds, is that her name? Is that the woman there? I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention to the people there. I should have paid more attention and liked them and been more involved in their lives. I got a call from Cressida, so maybe she's going to come on. That was really not a call. She sent me a lot of messages. It was really nice. Avril Rutherford, ciao, Lewis. Have you tried kefir? Yes, I have. It helps me. With what? What does it help you with? It's not a bad food, kefir, but it's a good food. It's got animals in it. What are animals? Animals are bacteria. Bacteria are animals, but people are so afraid to eat bacteria. Avril. Never mind those who think they are students of worth. Education is lost on them. They have no manners. Manners maketh the man. Oh, yeah, maybe it's right. I mean, I don't want to say anything because I'm not a Mr. Manners guy. I'm like rude. I'm like really, really, I'm a rude. I don't know how rude I am. Madeline Grant, that's the one. I don't know. Madeline from GB News is maybe a couple of there. Miriam has been on that diet injection, I think, and she is good looking. Yeah, being thin is good looking, but do you want to take a shot before they know what the side effects are? It's like cigarette smoking. Everyone thought cigarette smoking was really good, but it wasn't good. It's not good. It's not good. I'm telling you, you can lose weight. Look at how great Louis Schaffer looks. I mean, let's be honest. Look at that face. I mean, even though the thing makes me look at the face. Can you see the chin line? Can you see that there? Can you see that? I'm looking good. Leo Kurz is also tall. Yeah, tall people is a benefit for being tall. The taller you are up until a certain point, the more money you make. I mean, that doesn't mean just because you're short that you should give up. I don't believe that. Jedster says, yeah, he's over 6. He's way over 6 feet tall. He's tall and lovely. He's tall and lovely. Anyway, so yeah, we've got to be. Forget about Ozempic and Mounjaro. Forget about the pills. I woke up today. How much did I weigh? 76.6 kilograms. How much did I weigh yesterday? 77.1. So I lost 500 kilograms. How much is that? That's basically almost a pound. A pound in a day. And I'm looking at the mirror over there. I look amazing. And then I had 2 ice creams yesterday. 2 ice creams. And I went to sleep. I was feeling so bad. I was feeling so bad. But it's a new day coming. Yesterday is past. Now let's all start living for, I think it's a religious song, for the one that's going to last. Marianne McCarra Fitzpatrick is there. So we say hi, hey there to her. She's in Peekskill. She's an American. God bless America, even though she's got English ancestors or Irish ancestors or something like that. So Joodles is happy to see her. I'm happy to see her too. Proper MILF is Miriam Cates. She's a MILF. She's a MILF. Cressida just can't see how much Nick Dixon loathes women, or she doesn't care because he's nice to her. I don't think he really hates women. He's like me, you know. You have a couple of bad instances, and I mean, you think that I hate women, Lucy? Do you think that I hate women? You know, I've only been married. I've only had long-term girlfriends, including living with one for like 12 years or a long period of time. You know, and women are problematic, and so are men if you're a woman. And that's the way the system is. There's nothing you can do about it. It's like saying I hate nighttime. I only like daytime. Well, we live in a world with day and night, Lucy. I don't think Nick Dixon hates women. And even if he does, why can't he? Remember, we discussed this the other day. Why can't we hate who we want to hate? If I want to hate women, you know what? I don't like them. I'm going to stay away from them. I got some bad stuff that happened to me. Bad stuff to happen to me. So Single Step says, so right about height. Yes, I'm right. How tall are you? My whole business career is spent with tall directors and tall CEOs. Height is an advantage. Yes, it's a bit tragic. And you see these smug people, smug because they're tall, which may have nothing to do with them. They're tall, and they're thinking, you know, it's like what they said about what George Steinbrenner, head of the Yankees, the owner of the Yankees, said. He said somebody said this about him. He had such an attitude. He said he was born on, this is a baseball kind of a joke, analogy, metaphor. He was born on third base, and he thinks he hit a triple. Does anybody understand what that means? Is transatlantic, okay, go back. Being married is why you hate women, why I hate women. I mean, I've been there. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've felt it. I felt it. Yeah, I've had bad times with women, you know, but you also have had some good times. You know, women could be a lot of fun. And I hate when somebody says, oh, Lewis, you hate women. It's like, it's not true. And I don't think it's true about Nick Dixon. Though Nick Dixon is I don't know if he's more tortured than I am, but we are both tortured together. Tall is the same as beauty. There's nothing you could do about either, really. Joodles, I don't believe that. I don't believe you can't do anything about beauty. You put on a little lippy, maybe a little eyeliner, maybe you comb your hair in a nice way, maybe you carry yourself in a heart. I mean, have you seen all these videos of women who are like just dog ugly, and then they become beautiful or really beautiful, and they were really ugly. So I don't believe you could say that. It's not the same as beauty. It does matter a little bit. But if you smile, you're way more beautiful. So I certainly never got the impression he hates women, Nick Dixon. I don't think he does. But Jude says so, and she's not worth arguing with. Yes, did Judy say that? Or I think Lucy said that. Yeah, you don't want to argue with either one of them. They're from Northern Ireland. You don't want to argue with them. They're very scary. Joodles and likewise. Can they help? They can help you in life, but it's more than possible to manage without them. What women? Kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean, I like women. I mean, can they do all the things that men can do? No. Can they do the things that men can't do? Yes. He's an embittered incel who wants to take women's rights away. Yes, he hates women. An incel. He could get a girl. Who thinks that Nick Dixon is good looking? I think he's good looking. He's not an incel. An incel is someone who cannot get, and even incels can get a girl. They just have to lower their standards. Okay, so I disagree with you, Lucy, but maybe you're right. When I'm old, I'll have a sex robot called Wendy, says Medical Cannabis. Wendy, that's a nice name, Wendy. He's definitely an incel, Kermit. Who is an incel? You think Nick Dixon is an incel? No, he's been through stuff. Been through stuff. He's a working class guy. If you're against him, you're against the working class. He's a working class guy. And he's really bright. He has a very high IQ. He's really funny. He's in the room. He's the kind of person that I like. There aren't that many, as many as you think there are, English, British people who are just like, they'll say what's on their mind. And that's like why I like Nick Dixon. He'll say what's on his mind. He'll have a feeling. And then he apologizes. He did something bad to me slightly. Not even that bad, but whatever. Fair enough. Lewis has warned us about these girls. I'm warning you. I'm warning you about Joodles and Lucy. I mean, I like them. But I like girls like that. But if I hated women, why would I like them? That's a good question. Why would you like these women when they're very strong, opinionated, dangerous, very smart women? I wouldn't like them. But people go around saying that I don't like women. Amazing what a good makeup artist can do. And some filters, Darkland say. That's totally true. So don't say you're ugly. You can make yourself pretty. I mean, some people are really ugly. When was the last time you had sex? Is that for me, Shanks? Thank you, Shanks, for the thumbnail. That was really great for the thumbnail. When was the last time I had sex? Well, what do you define sex as? We have to... whatever. What are you saying, Kermit? So Lewis knows. What do I know? The girls are, I mean, they're quite scary. Joodles is quite scary. And so is, from what I could tell, Lucy too, from what I could tell. Okay? But they got some really good... Who wants to go out with a girl who's not scary, who's not dangerous, who's not smart? My mother was very smart. My first wife, she wasn't even that smart, but she was a businesswoman. She was a boss lady. Rose was brilliant. You know, you like them smart. I'm not going to answer that question, Shanks. I'm not going to answer that question because it's embarrassing. All I can say is, Kermit, he's 6'2" with a size 12 feet. And I look like a poor movie director. Yes, you do. What more can I say? And you take care of yourself, too. You got that beard mustache thing that's I wouldn't say quite attractive. I don't find facial hair on men or women attractive. But it has a certain look. Don't say you're ugly. I mean, some people are really ugly. That's exactly true. There's some people you can't put lipstick on. Maybe they have no lips, so you want to put eyeliners on. They have no eyes. It's a tragedy. Actually, size 13, Kermit says. Yeah, that's a huge frog, I guess. They're 33 watching. All right, we're building up. We're doing really, really well. Thank you very much, Shanks. Shanks let go of the question, which is good. Don't ask me the question. I don't want to say, because if you guys found out what a winner I am. Let's say you found out I'm a winner. Do you think that I'm a winner? Would you like me? Or maybe you'd like me more. Maybe I'm too nice to you. I'm like begging you to like me. It's not attractive. FM Ghost. It's hard to get trained as you like, says Kermit. Yeah. So FM Ghost, good to see you, says, I'm 6 feet, size 10 feet. So I'm size 11. So I've got big feet too, and look like a porn addict. Oh, he's making a joke because Kermit looks like a porn director. That's a funny joke. I think you made that up yourself. Doodles is howling. She loves the memes. She loves the memes. You say that about ugly, Lewis. You think that that's funny. Yeah, some people are really ugly. Some people you can't even look at. But you want to know something? I know people who are ugly. And after a while, if you like them, they're not quite as ugly. If they're okay with their ugliness, they're not quite as ugly. I remember I went on a date with a girl. And this was a very long time ago. This could have been over 40 years ago. We were in a Chinese restaurant, and I'm looking at her, and I didn't like her. I didn't like her. That's when I thought I had a real chance in the world. I mean, I don't have a chance now. Now my day is over. Now I have to dream. I have to have crazy, pervy diversions but they're not all diversions anyway. And I looked at her and I thought to myself, she's a nice girl, a really nice girl. And she never called me again. She never. Can we not make jokes? I know you told that joke before because she's got a cat. I have a cat too. Everybody's got cats. The other joke was a funny joke, and this is, at least you're trying. I don't know, Joodles, are you offended by this joke from FM Ghost? Are you offended? Probably not offended. Probably not offended. You're not offended. Everybody, can we go and can we like the stream? We've got 6 people there. How many do we have? Can every single one of us just like the stream? 15 people, that's good. And we got 31 people watching. So there's 50% of the people are not going to the stream and liking it. And can you subscribe? And what are you saying, Joodles? Show us your cat, Lewis. Okay, you'll have to go to old Twitter and maybe Facebook. I'll show you pictures of my cat. So Joodles says it does not offend in the slightest. She actually finds it funny. Okay, so I'm not going to say stop what you're saying. She's got a cat. She's in love with her cat. She's whatever. Never mind all the statistics. You have an intriguing, great personality and looks, Avril. That's what Avril says. Thank you. Do not put yourself down. Yeah, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. That's a song written by John Lennon for Ringo Starr. I'm the greatest. And he could sing it because he didn't think of himself as the greatest, but he was better than they gave him credit for. So there you go. Would it have killed you to do her, Lewis? I mean, I did want to at the end. I did want to. I mean, it was like, this is the 1980s, and people did not have rampant sex because they believed in lies like HIV and all that herpes and slightest things and don't touch anything. So I didn't, but I should. I would have. I would have. The Chinese word for ugly literally translates as difficult to look at. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Alfie Cap. Hi, Alfie. How are you? Where are you from? How much do you weigh? How tall are you? What do you eat? Alfie, you've been here before. Thank you very much for coming back. I knew a girl called Pervy Diversion. Yeah, well, that's what I am. That's what I'm trying to be this way to you, a pervy diversion, especially to the girls. You can think, oh, Lewis, you don't know that I'm 17% gay, and that's, that was that test that I took. So you can't be too sure. But thank you, Alfie Cap. Where are you from? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? How tall are you? What's your diet? How fat are you? You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but you should. Treading on unsteady ice with that AIDS stuff again I don't care. I don't care. I should, you know what it is? You go Google Dr. Sam Bailey. She thinks it's all a load of crap too. Dr. Sam Bailey. I put it on the stream here. She's a woman, and you know me, I don't like women. Okay, you see Sam Bailey on the bottom there. She's a woman. And I do like women. AIDS is bullshit. And HIV is non-existent. So you want to be afraid? Carbs cause AIDS. Well, probably they could cause illnesses, and illnesses, what AIDS is when you're just sick and you die. You know, if they don't kill you already with the AZT. Yeah. That's what I believe. I don't believe in vaccines. I don't believe in the germs that cause vaccines. I don't believe in taking pills. Generally, I'm taking this stupid losartan pill, but I'm not sure it's helping me. You know, we were doing when we were doing this. I'm a little bit more relaxed when it comes to the stream. It took a little bit. This is our 119th show. It's not 119th. It's 119th straight day. Straight day. And some of the shows were really stressful. And you have to remember, it's comedy. Yes, I'm sorry, Shanks. I forget that too. I shouldn't say AIDS doesn't exist. I should figure a way of saying AIDS doesn't exist with some kind of funny thing. Right, Shanks? I should be doing that. It's like me screaming at Josh, telling me it's comedy show, Josh. Because when I have an audience, if you were right there, I would it would be funnier because I would be looking at you and I'd be going, maybe I shouldn't be going in this direction. But I don't know if you're hating me. I don't know if Blackadder is kidding with me. What was your most stressful show of these 119th shows? Last night I made it stressful. I was like really upset about the king. And then I walked away and I thought to myself, I'm being mean to the English people. If you guys want to have the king, if you want to have your country invaded by people who hate you, it's your country. It's not my country. I don't live here. Sell the flat. The Ron Jeremy one. What did I say about? Yes, that's when I lost Joodles and Lucy as my friend. I lost because I didn't believe it. Yeah, that's right. They used to call it grids. Yeah, I mean, the problem is AIDS was an actual kind of weight loss medicine that people used to take and make them lose weight. And it put them out of business. AIDS. It was a horrible tasting kind of candy stuff. I don't know what it had in it to do that, Lucy, but that's right. I mean, you should follow this woman, Dr. Sam Bailey. She's a woman. And she does lots of videos on YouTube. She was actually kicked off YouTube for a long time. And she had to go on Odyssey or other platforms. And she's really pleasant to listen to and pleasant to talk to. She's got a nice laugh. She comes from New Zealand. New Zealand, fantastic. Fantastic place. What did grids stand for? Let's look that up. Should we look that up? And do you want to type in what grids stand for? Let's just see what it is. Grids. I don't think it was grids. Was it grids? Many things. I don't know if it was called grids. Grids. AIDS. Was it called grids? Gay-related immune deficiency. Yes, totally true. Well, I'll make more enemies right now. Gay-related, yeah. And then the gay people said, what did the gay people say? No, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. And so they scared everybody. When the truth is, it wasn't. It was guys going to gay baths, and I'm going to make an enemies here. You don't want to make an enemy of the gay community or the trans community, but it's people who are going into, if you go into water that's like, they would go to these gay baths, which are basically swimming pools where guys would have multiple episodes of sex with each other in the bath. And what comes out of your, how do they have it? It comes out of their poo-poo place, which pollutes the water. And then they drink it. It goes into the mouth. They can't help it. And then they get sick and they go back there. I had a friend of mine who was like addicted to gay baths. I mean, I would be too. I would be. It just sounds so amazing. There were some really stressful shows. In school, we said AIDS stood for ass. Yeah, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was the poo. It was the poo. And then people had sex with each other, and then they didn't have the poo. But they didn't want to, the gay people at that time said, we're just like everybody else. It's like trans people today. We're just like everybody else. And unfortunately, they were doing things that were physically dangerous for them. What does Lucy have to say about this? The difference between you and Paul on Nunhead Radio and you and him on YouTube is remarkable, says Shanks. Thank you very much. Can you please explain why and how it is? How are we different? And this is Paul, Chinese Elvis. Cheese grids is a traditional American dish. Is that true? I never heard of that. Grits. That's grits. That's grits, Jitster, says Joodles. Very funny. Okay. Blackadder says to Kermit, in our school, children would catch ladybugs and sell them as AIDS pills, but for some reason they thought you could get AIDS from them for some reason. Yeah, thank God. I never heard of that, but that's, they're precious little animals. Boo boo place. Okay, it's not the best. Well, I don't know how to call it. Remember, this is like almost TV, kind of. In my mind, it's like the TV. I mean, you're right. They still blame Reagan to this day for the AIDS epidemic. Nothing to do with bumming 10 guys in one night. That's exactly true, Lucy. I mean, at that time, you picture guys, and I was of that age back then. I was 17% back then. And let's say you're a guy. I wasn't this guy because I liked girls. But let's say you're a guy and you like men so much and you're told, go over to 10th Street. There's a place there. You pay $5 or $10. And you go in and there are men there that you can have sex with. You'd go crazy. I know you wouldn't understand this, Lucy. You wouldn't understand it, but this is the way guys are. Guys are creeps. We're pervs. We're horrible. So we would go there. Men would go there, and it would be like heaven. So suddenly, around 1970s, you're told go to the gay baths. Go to the baths. And everything's going to be all right. It's a new world. But people didn't really understand you can't swim in pools of fecal material. I think this is a good example. And they protested when health authorities wanted to shut bathhouses down. Well, they should protest that. Why should the government shut a bathhouse down? But there should have been a sign saying you're going to get AIDS from this, but they were told, no, you get AIDS because there's one little tiny little speck and it's going to go into your system through an open wound, Lucy. So you're right. They wanted to shut the bathhouses down. They were dangerous places. Poo-poo place for an alternative soap opera. Thank you, Alfie. Shanks liked that. Anyway, in the 1970s days, they used to visit bathhouses regularly and have a lot of partners. That's exactly right. A lot, I think, should be 2 words. But Darklands, and Darklands is a woman. Yeah, that's what they used to do. Yes, they did. I knew many gay guys. I knew lots of gay guys that died. My friend Friendly Bob died. People died of AIDS. What did they die of AIDS? Because they got sick. That they didn't deserve to die. They weren't murdered, but it was a weird intersection where people felt they could live a free life on one hand. The other hand, that free life was killing them. And it took a while before people realized that they could not do that. They couldn't do it. Apparently, to save the lives of gay men is homophobic, apparently. You can't help people like that. It was a different time. You could have saved their lives, but people, Lucy, I'm going to speak as a man. Men like sex, and women like sex. Women prefer to fall in love a bit more than men do. And especially gay men. You've got two gay guys, and they want to have sex with each other. And they've been told they can't have sex with each other for years because they were gay and because they're men, because there wasn't an open place. It was embarrassing. And suddenly it wasn't embarrassing. So this is what happened. Lewis, there was a club called the Stonewall Inn. Yes, there was, up on Christopher Street, right around the corner from the duplex where I used to perform. Yeah, now it's like a horrible trans place. They thought I was gay when I was in Grindr, when I was in the gay bath. Thank you, Shags, as you're making a joke. When I was having my head bashed against the bathroom. Friendly Bob, that was his name. Yeah, quite gay. Really, really gay. And he was like he was a strong, muscly guy. I didn't know. I knew gay people at the university that I went to, the college. It wasn't even it was like a small little university called Bard College. And people were gay. And they were gay and they wanted to live a free life. It was like an amazing time. The 1970s. The war in Vietnam was over. There was lots of money. It was a great people with disco. How about that? Punk rock music. It was a really good time. It was a really brilliant time. So, but it was killing people. 35 people, Shanks. Thanks a lot. That's a lot of people. Thank you, people, for watching. So this is why they died. They got sick. It's kind of like this. Let's just say you go to a third world country. Let's say, like, I'm an American. I use this analogy for going to Mexico. You go to Mexico, and it's not quite as clean as it is in your town, and it's all sorts of germs that you haven't had before. And you drink the germs, and you get sick. But because you're in Mexico, you never really sit down and have a chance to get well. So maybe you keep on getting sick. You keep on drinking because you're on holiday, and you don't get sick. And if you do that for long enough, you can die. You get really, really sick. And what I believe in, and I probably don't believe in this, I believe in terrain theory. That's where if you are sick physically, if you're not well, if you're not eating the right food, okay, you're going to die. You're going to get sick. Not germ theory, not like you're a healthy person and a little tiny little speck of germ goes in your mouth and you die. I don't believe that. It was a sad time. Who said it was a sad time? Avril said it was a sad time to see people dying. And you're saying, wait a second, we're having such a really good time. We're going to gay baths and gay bars. We're kissing bartenders. You know what I mean? It was an amazing time. But your friends are dying. Your friends are dying. And then because you're looking at people dying. You're looking, I'm crying again. Here we go, crying again. Yeah, crying again. The solution is not to believe in the germs. No, believe in getting healthy, and then to think poo is dangerous. You got to be very careful around other people's poo. You don't ingest a lot of that. Things I've seen in my history books and documentaries, Lewis is reciting as good old days. Quite an odd feeling having lived through those times, seeing how different they are. How old are you, Blackadder? I'm 68 years old, and I lived through the 1960s, and they were amazing times of rampant free sex. Not even for me, I was having sex with women. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Women were told they should have sex, and it wasn't right for women. And gay sex, having sex with 10 guys in a gay bath on 10th Street is not the right thing to do. There's a documentary, so hold on a second. Let's catch up to this. We're talking about AIDS. I think this show is really interesting because we do talk about things possibly in depth, slightly, I guess. Anyway, Lucy comes in, and so let's have a memory and a prayer for the people who died of what was called AIDS, or the people who were murdered by doctors who gave them drugs that would kill them, like Freddie Mercury. Let's have total respect for these people. They did not know what was killing them, and they were lied to about it. Anyway, so Lucy says there is a documentary called The Gift about bug chasers, gay men who deliberately tried to get infected with AIDS. Yeah, well, there is no such AIDS. There's no such thing as an with HIV. There is no HIV virus. HIV does not cause people to get sick. That's the germ theory. Like you get a little bit of a herpes thing and it gives you herpes. You got a little bit of, all the different E. coli and you get E. coli. No, I don't believe that. So that's what's really sad. Okay. Judel said she saw it. It was horrific. Well, I'd like to see it. Why did they want to get this thing? I've heard of this thing. I used to go to the Lion's Head in the same block. Yes, that's true. Yes, great jukebox and great atmosphere. Many writers and newspaper people. Yes, they had framed book jackets on. I mean, I don't remember where the Lion's Head was, but I've been to all of those things. I worked down there for years, and we used to go down there from the school that I went to, down with the guys. I was watching Hammer to Fall till I remembered Lewis was on. What is this about AIDS? Alan Williams. Well, we'll have to catch up with it later. Wasn't he passing you an E orally? The barman always had the E's. He doesn't mind. It doesn't matter. Here's the point. I don't understand that, Kermit. The point is, what is the point about this show? The point is, if Vot and I, good to see you, Vot and I. We've got over 35 viewers. It's brilliant for an hour show. My friend started quite a promiscuous lifestyle in the mid-90s. He worked in a civil service and found casual sex easy in those circles. He is very well today. Well, of course they're very well because they don't kill you with AZT like they used to kill you, number one. Number two is that people use condoms, we hope. Number three is they don't have gay baths, I don't think, where people are like wallowing in fecal infected fluids. So, it doesn't take away from me. Do you like sex or not, FM Ghost? I like it. I mean, I like to think about it a lot. I'm not really, I don't like to be touched. Turning 20 this December. Oh, you're so young. You're so absolutely young. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Blackadder. Turning 20, that's really young. So when I was 20, it was 1977. It was like the AIDS thing hadn't even really started yet, but I knew something was up. Back in the day, everyone was concerned with herpes, and herpes is a whole lot of bull. Absolutely bull. Cold sores, herpes, bull. It's bull. Have a word with FM Ghost. Lewis, were you wearing your blue blazer? Yes, there's a joke. FM Ghost is also 20. Oh my God, we've got young people listening. That's brilliant. Two 20-year-olds. Okay, guys, that's quite enough. I've had my 17.5% of the gay stuff. Okay, that's actually funny. Bring me another lover. This one is broken, Freddie Mercury. And what was really sad is, so you have these guys who are told they can't have sex because they've got supposedly HIV. It's really sad. My friend Larry, who was the graphic designer in New York, he died. I mean, people died. They died because they did not know, number one. That was on the other side then, Broadway. That's pretty far away, Lion's Head. Anyway, I mean, remember, I haven't been to New York. I don't go to New York that often. This is 20 years ago. Okay. So this has been our show. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. I think it's, I thought this was all right. Do you like this thing? Is an hour enough time? Do you feel like we're leaving you early? What's the difference between love and herpes? Herpes is forever. Well, that's the joke that's made. And this is how they make you afraid, Caroline Cooper. Herpes is a lie. There's no such thing as herpes. People get cold sores because, they got germs. They don't have germs. It's not exactly germs, but there's all sorts of schmutz lying around. It's an hour. We spent an hour. And what's good about it is I don't have to worry, and I tend to get tired the second time. These late night sessions are cool. I think they are cool. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, I'm enjoying, maybe it's me because not me making the shows good, but it's me being more relaxed. I'm more relaxed. I'm not thinking, oh my God, it's 2 hours, it's 3 hours. Because when we started the show initially, it was like 3-4 hours. And I just thought, it's too much. Don't go. I've only just got back in. Oh, sorry. What can I do? We'll stay for 5 more minutes. The problem is, I've been told, and I think Judels pointed this out, well, you tell people you've got to go. You got to go. You've got to go. But I did say that it's nice and relaxed in the night, I think. A fun thing to do before bed. I hope so. I hope I haven't distressed you. What I'm saying is someone could misinterpret this and saying that gay people brought it on themselves. I do not think that. I don't think that. I think because doctors, the medical professions, thank you, Avril, are so april dolce dormir. That means have a sweet dream. Isn't that what it means? Anyway, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. But what I'm saying is that because doctors in the 1970s were so shit. Let me tell you how shit doctors were in the 1970s. They were almost as shit as doctors are today. They're fucking useless. They're useless because they're looking for tiny little germs. It gets in your system and makes you gay. No, it doesn't make you gay. Could make you gay. This is what they think. They think little things causes disease. It doesn't cause disease. My game character has stood still for an hour. Okay. What does that mean? You're playing games. You do play games. My son plays lots of games. And I used to play SimCity 2000 back in the day. That was like 30 or more years ago. Kermit. My one has been moving 5 steps and then starting off into the sunset again. I don't really understand. But this has been quite a good show. So let's thank the people. Let's everybody take a minute and look at the list of people who've said something, of people you've contacted, and say thank you. Like I'm going to say thank you, FM Ghost, and thank you, Blackadder, for being so young. I used to have so many young fans. I don't know what it was. I had so many young fans. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to. Maybe I'll do the show. I'll do the show in the other room, in my bedroom, and I'll give him this thing here. I think the longest show was day 28, which was 4 hours and 12 minutes long. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what was interesting. We're working stuff out. So I'm thanking Blackadder, and I'm thanking FM Ghost for being 20 years old. Now, everybody thanks somebody. I'm a fan, and I'm younger than you, Lewis. 6 badges. That's great. That's really great. Caroline Cooper, thank you, everybody. Is anybody going to do what I asked, is to thank somebody individually? Right. Oh, I'm always forgetting this. I should concentrate. Like the thing. Like it. Like this thing. Go down below. There's a thumbs up. Can you see the thumbs up? And I'm going to see how many people we have. I've got to rewind the page. We've got only 20 people liking. We got 35 people. Can you like this thing? Can you like it, please? Number 1. Number 2, Can you subscribe if you haven't subscribed? I would like that too. Can you go to Ko-fi, that's CO-FI, and maybe, throw me a bone. Throw me a bone. I'd appreciate that if you could throw me a $5 or a $10 or whatever if you've got the money. Because these young kids, they're 20 years old, they don't have the money. So we've got to all chip in for him. You don't have to give him, to chip in Blackadder or FM Ghost. I remember there was a girl who came to one of my shows and she gave me a 20-pound note. And I spent 12 years with her. If you're nice to me. Anyway, we're not going in that direction. Also, go to PayPal. PayPal.me/Louis Schaffer. And you can send me money that way, a bigger amount of money. That's probably the best way. Or Patreon.com. Patreon. Also, do we have the thing for Discord? Let me see if we have that. This is not coming up. The Discord isn't giving the address. Can we get Kermit? Could we do that? That would be really nice. I'm asking in a nice way. So thank you, Lucy. Thank you for saying you want more of Louis Schaffer, because there's always been times that I felt that Lucy does not like me. There have been times in the past I've also felt that Judels doesn't like me. I felt there's times in the past I thought that Joe, maybe even now, Joe doesn't like me. You still haven't paid her back. That's probably true. She's been very generous to me. There's hi ho, Kermit, and go to Discord so you can just get in there. Thank you, MC Medical Cannabis. Have £1.53 to our name. Yeah, you don't have to. Everything is good. Everything is good. In the future, when the money comes in, maybe I won't need it in the future. I don't know. But so thank you, Gammy Russ, who's always been funny to us. Okay? Lucy says that's because there were times in the past when you didn't like me. And you didn't like me. I'm going to say things that people don't like. And a lot of times, people, you may not like it, but I'm not meaning it meanly. I'm meaning it as an explanation. The gay AIDS thing, where they said anyone can get AIDS, that was a tool that the religious fanatics used to stop people from having sex and fun. It was a tool that gay people used because they were under a lot of pressure at the time by people who said, you guys are killing us, gay people. When that was not true. Because we believe in this, in this little thing, germ theory, which is a whole lot of crap. Coughing. The Jedster, Judels. Thank you, Jedster. Shanks. I thank Shanks for doing all the thumbnails. He's done some amazing thumbnails. I thank Jedster. He's been a fan of Louis Schaffer for a really long time. I thank you for that. Let's see who else I could thank. I can thank you, all of you. Kermit's been an amazing support. Amazing support. What were the motives they had of making it a disease, of making a vaccine, of coming up with something to prevent it, PrEP, whatever that garbage is? The key thing is, don't go swimming in swimming pools where people have had poo-poo sex. That's what I say. Alfie Cap. How old are you, Alfie Cap? You seem like you're 20 years old. You seem very youthful. Are you a man or a woman? A man or a woman. And thank you, Lucy. Darklands, who is a woman. I've done my bit for society. I've had 2 children. Yes, you have. You've done your bit. Well, remember what they've done to us by preventing us from having children. They told us having children was less important than going to some stupid job. They've basically castrated an entire society. They sterilized this society. They have. So, having kids is good. And if you haven't had kids, that's, I understand why that is. Yeah, that's a funny joke. What about the sea? Yes, what about the sea? What about the sea? Okay. What do you call an incredibly strong STD? Hercules. Bette Midler and Barry Manilow started out performing together in a gay band. Yes, they did. They were performing in the basement under Plato's Retreat. Yeah, that's what they did. And it was all right. Gay stuff was amazing back then. It was amazing. Unfortunately, it was killing people. And then when the doctors took over, it killed people even more, and it prevented people from finding the little bit of love that they wanted. Older generation and more kids. They did. Well, you go out and find a woman. Find a woman. Lucy, goodbye. Joodles, goodbye. Vattenai says, we're going to see you later. It's been a great show. So we're saying goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock tomorrow. 5 o'clock tomorrow. Babies are the problem. Everybody stop. No, babies are not the problem. We need babies. We need babies. Okay. Thank you, Caroline Cooper. Brilliant. So I'm going to say goodbye. And then I am also going to say that I'm going to leave the live stream on for about a minute. So say goodbye to people. 6 badges. Never can say goodbye. That's a disco song. That's true. Da 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 na 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 da 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 da.